I'm honestly starting to believe the coaching staff of the Indiana Fever doesn't know what they're doing. Now, one of their best shooters, Katie Samuelson, shoots 41% from the line. This is her fifth year in the league. You want some experience out there when you're playing with a young team so they can help them manage the game and be able to withstand the ties of when the other team is going on the runs and punching in their face. You need experience out there. So Katie Samuelson, in the past 6 games before the Seattle Storm, I think she was playing an average of 15 minutes a night. And she shoots, again, 41% from the three-point line. Don't you want more spacing out there so Aaliyah Boston can have more space to drive? Caitlin Clark can work on her driving kick game. And you don't even give Caitlin an opportunity to be in that situation because, for whatever reason, she should only be playing 4 minutes that night. It makes no sense to me. And just shows me that Chrissy Sides and his coaching staff doesn't have a clue of how to build a basketball team. Because when you're a young team, you want to have some continuity, you want to have some habits built. And I think of it like the Sam Hauser situation in the Boston Celtics. Now, he plays a small role on that team. He comes in, his job is to play decent enough defense and hit some three-point shots. Well, Katie Samuelson can do the same things, right? You can come in, maybe not the best defender. I haven't really watched her game, but if you can shoot well, I want you out there because you're a three-point threat. And the defense can't just leave you alone. They have to give you attention. But it's interesting because when I'm looking at these stats here, and again, I don't think she's the best player, but everyone has a role to play. It's a team sport. When you're playing, and this is from June 2nd, 20 minutes, 18. Like, you're getting a lot of minutes in a close game, 24 minutes, 28, and then you go back down to 15. I don't understand this. You shoot 3 of 4. You hit your threes again, go down to 13 minutes. I don't get the coaching strategy here. It doesn't make any sense. There's going to be games you're not going to shoot it as well, but shooters keep shooting. That's obvious. But this strategy here doesn't make any sense. And Chrissy Sides and his coaching staff better figure something out very quickly. Obviously, the schedule we've talked about before, the Indiana Fever is going through a difficult schedule. It's not going to be easy to overcome this, but at least be competitive. At least show the fans that you know what you're doing. Because when I see one of your best shooters barely playing and can be a three-point threat, spacing is so key in the WNBA and in the NBA because the three-point shot has changed a lot of strategies for teams. So you want as many shooters out there as possible. We just saw the Boston Celtics win a title where they rely on the three-point shot. They didn't shoot it that well in the finals, but they rely on it to keep their spacing correct. They rely on that so they have more spacing out there. So if I have a girl like Caitlin Clark and I have Aaliyah Boston, I want them to have as many scoring opportunities as possible. And if I can surround them with role players who can do certain things for me, like shoot the three ball, I want them on the basketball court. I'm not going to play them 4 minutes. That just doesn't make any sense to me, especially when they've seen her on the court longer than 4 minutes. It just doesn't make any sense. You're just trying things and hoping it sticks. And then when you lose by 12, you go back to the drawing board. And now the players don't trust you. Now the players look at the coaching staff like, I don't know if I'm going to play tonight because I have no idea how my coach feels. And now you're creating confusion with the team. And you're just trying anything at this point. I think as we get closer to the end of the season, I don't know if Chrissy Size is going to stick around. We'll see. She might make it one more year just to give her a chance. But would I be surprised if the owner of this team fires her? No, I wouldn't. Would I be surprised if this continues with this coaching staff, that Caitlin Clark eventually says, you know what, I want to leave because y'all don't know what you're doing at all? Wouldn't shock me. So again, it's just another example of why you want to have a strategy in place and stick to it, even when things don't work out, because you want to find roles for your players. Caitlin's the star. Aaliyah Boston is the second best player. I know they have a guard named Mitchell. I haven't seen much of her yet, but obviously she's the leading scorer in this team. She has more experience, so that does matter. Then you have to find your role players, but don't play them 20 minutes here, 4 minutes there, because you're messing up their rhythm and you're losing trust from your team. It's just dumb to me. what is happening. And for Caitlin, I feel for her because she's going through the mud right now. But when it comes to rookies in these situations, sometimes they are in environments that are not easy. If you go look at the Detroit Pistons right now with Cade Cunningham, what he has to deal with that incompetent franchise. I don't think that whoever's running the Pistons, I have no idea what they're doing right now. Hopefully they can turn it around, but they had one of the worst seasons ever. And Cade's in that situation. I hope he can turn that around for his franchise and they can put the right pieces around him. But it's kind of like that where the Indiana Fever, they're under a lot of pressure right now because Caitlin is the new face. She's going to be a superstar one day. And if you don't build this right in the first few years, it's going to look really bad. The fans are going to turn on you and you're going to get criticized. You're going to get scrutinized by people. You might not like it, but put a better product out there. Go to the drawing board and figure out, okay, what are we doing wrong? Because new faces are paying attention, whether you like it or not. That's just part of what's happening. So I just think, if you have a player who's solid for you, let them play. Even if they're not playing that well tonight. Shooters need a rhythm. They need to be in the game so they can get shots up. And when you have one of your best shooters pretty much riding the bench, not getting any playing time, I just don't get it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Love to hear your thoughts on just the coaching fiasco we're seeing with the Indiana Fever. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.